Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. We're back with the TED Show. You know how much I love the arts and our community. And you guys, I know, recognize Nicole Dupre from Opera del Sol. She's been on the show a bunch of times. She's an amazing makeup artist, creative, everything, you name it. But Opera del Sol is her baby. And they are bringing Nightwear on Elm Street to us on Friday. And we are blessed to have one of the talents from that show on the show today with us too, Lisa Hulse, right? Hulse?
Yes,
Did I say it right? Okay. So excited to have you ladies on. You look beautiful. Very excited for the show. You know how much I love a twist on a name. So Nightwear on Elm Street on Friday the 13th is awesome. So welcome back to the show, Nicole, and then welcome to the show, Lisa. I'm going to start with Nicole. Tell us a little bit about you, your background, and then I'll let you, when you're done, introduce Lisa to us.
Sure thing. Yeah, and thanks again for having us.
Always.
Yeah, just a little background on me. I am the founder and creative director of Opera del Sol. And what Opera del Sol is we are an innovative new age opera company. We want to make opera and the performing arts a little sexier. So we kind of take it out of your conventional spaces and, kind of steer away from your conventional shows. And we like to kind of put our own sexy, Central Florida spin on it. And as well as that is I've been a makeup artist now for about 15 years. And so I mainly work in the performing arts. I make wigs and prosthetics and all that kind of special effects makeup. And then also been working in TV and radio for the last few years. So anything creative is kind of, if I can make it beautiful, I want to get in there. So that's kind of what I do.
And you do an amazing job at it.
Thank you. I'm a big cheerleader of the performing arts here in Central Florida, not just of Opera del Sol and Central Florida Vocal Arts, but of everybody. So every Friday I go on the radio and tell everybody all the cool things that are happening this week. And that's why I'm super excited that you had us on so we could tell you about this incredible show that we have coming up on Friday. And what's really neat is, so Lisa Hulse, we'll introduce her in a moment. She's our director of development, and she kind of came up with this idea. She kind of approached me and said, I have this really cool idea for a show. And so the two of us, along with our musical director, Nisha, we kind of came up with this really cool concept. I'm most excited because for my work on it, I made all the costumes and all the wigs and all the makeup, and make a tiny little dance cameo, my very first one ever, in one of the group numbers. And it was a lot of fun to kind of get back there. After 7 months, a lot of us haven't been doing or had the chance to perform for the last few months. And so that's why I was super excited that Lisa had this great idea and that we had a venue where we could actually film it and then take it virtual so that everybody can still see all the cool stuff that we have planned and all the really cool and amazing things that Opera del Sol wants to continue to do in the future once we can get everybody to come fill those seats. So like I said, Lisa is our director of development. She's on our board. She does so many things behind the scenes, but she's also an incredible performer. And she did several solo numbers as well as a couple of the group numbers. And Lisa, tell everybody kind of how you got into the idea of the, mixing opera with burlesque, and where you kind of came up with the concept.
I love it. Thank you, Nicole. Lisa, yes, tell us. I'm fascinated.
Awesome. Well, I have been a singer my whole life. I've been singing, community choirs in high school and all that stuff all through college. And it's been a while since I performed. And so I've been with Central Florida Vocal Arts about 1.5 years. And, I've been really enjoying flexing the opera muscles again. Those are the ones that I really just love. I love singing opera. It's kind of one of my passions. But it's one of those things that it's kind of, some people love it and some people hate it. And some people, just won't really listen to it. And then I got into burlesque. Actually, I've, been to a few friend shows and a few burlesque shows here and there. And actually, a burlesque company in town offered a class. It was a Big Bang Boom Cabaret. Shout out to them. They had a cabaret or a burlesque class that you could try your hand in burlesque and kind of, see if you liked it and kind of go from there. And for our graduation, I actually decided that I was going to sing and burlesque at the same time because why not? And so why not? And so I did it, and I had so much fun that I came to Nicole and I said, hey, I want to do a show where we do this, where it's not just me, because all of the other performers were fantastic. They really were. They were great. But it's kind of a niche thing where some people sing and some people dance and some people do both. So I said, why can't we do both and make opera sexy again? Like our tagline says, we want to make it sexy. And what is sexier than burlesque?
Right.
So the title obviously is a play on Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightwear, though, tell us about Nightwear. What are we looking at, and how did you come up with the name? Because I love it immediately. I did type on the graphic though, Nightmare on Elm Street 75 different times, and I had to go back. So tell us about Nightwear.
It actually was our accompanist, Julian Bond, who came up with Nightwear on Elm Street. We were kind of spitballing within all of us, Nicole, Teresa, me, Nisha. We were all kind of just running back and forth with it. But I'll let Nicole kind of touch on what that means. But we thought it was kind of a fun play on words there. So.
Yeah, well, what was really cool is once I kind of saw what some of the songs were, and hearing what their kind of concept, I feel like maybe this would be a dead bride, or maybe we could be this, and so we took really cool costumes of like your famous villains like Freddy Krueger and Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, and then we just kind of made them super sexy and made them original and made them our own. Actually, Teresa Smith-Levin, who you've had on several times, she plays the Bride of Frankenstein in her one number. And I made this cute little bob. So everybody looks really neat. And then, it is corporate burlesque since it is going to be streaming live. So we can't get down to, the bare minimum that we would probably like to do. And we probably will do in person someday. And it's just, taking that, again, that spin on Friday the 13th and making it our own and making it and showing you that it can be sexy and fun and kind of riding on the coattails of Halloween. It was really nice to just, put all these really fun costumes together. And it was just, it was so much fun. We filmed it last week and it was just so nice to get everybody back together again. And for us all to have our moments of creativity. It took me a couple weeks to make those wigs and make those costumes. And I couldn't, I really was like, oh, we are going to take it there. We're not just going to, not just regular corsets. Like we are going to make these costumes. And so when they enter the stage, and maybe if people don't know what the songs are, they can still kind of get a concept by seeing what they're wearing and how they move in those particular costumes.
So how did you choose the music?
That's Elisa, yeah.
I love, because there's so much to choose from, and when you're making opera sexy again, I know you're thinking about your audience and what you're trying to accomplish. So how did you choose the music for this show?
Well, that was tough. I mean, there's so much that we could choose from opera. We do also have some musical theater and a couple of popular songs and things like that. We kind of just wanted to touch a little bit on the creepy meets sexy. I don't know if that's really a category, but we
were kind of calling it glam and gore, right? Glam and gore.
Yeah, so we have Habanera from Carmen, and not to be too many spoilers, but we kind of danced the line of classical versus popular / sexy. It was a lot of Misha Johnson. She made a lot of the final calls on what would fit and what wouldn't. But we just tried to kind of fit that line of what kind of meets both expectations. Love it.
All right. So we get a little snippet, right? We get something, which I'm super excited about. So I'm going to bring it up, and then can you set it up for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 2 clips. I'm not sure which one we should play. Nicole, do you have any input?
How about Cabana? Let's do the first one. And that one just I guess maybe we'll do Matthew because that's the opera. So maybe we'll do that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of opera here.
We're still
opera
here,
meets burlesque. Cool. Okay. So here we go.
Just pause it for 1 second. Maybe you can tell everybody what the song's about. And then they can get like a little kind of flavor of what Matthew is kind of.
Yeah. So, I mean, typically Quando in Vo is an opera aria sung by a female. And it's sung like as a seductive song. We tried to dance the line between what it actually is in the actual opera and what it can be as its own single song. And so this is kind of a merge of Dracula singing to his wife. And so it's not exactly the direct translation from the opera, but that's kind of how we led into Matthew singing with our Miss
Dracula
Foxy.
singing to his wife. Here we go.
So it's
I'm
very
loving it.
sexy and we love it. Matthew's the best.
Well, volume.
Down. Yeah.
Maybe go on the bottom, and maybe the volume's not working. You want to pause it for one moment, and I think
Can you
when
hear
you
it?
pause it, no, we cannot.
You can't hear it? Oh.
So maybe right
Maybe.
there in the volume tab, make sure it's up there. I've never used this platform. Is there a way?
There you go. Something's starting.
Can you hear it?
Hold on, I'm bringing us back. All right, so he goes
Everyone's an opera aria that one, so it was kind of.
That's Lisa's. Nicole, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I've muted you, Lisa. You've got something going on in the background, which I think is yeah. So I'm going to keep you muted for a second. Don't take it personal. I love it. So that was Dracula. So you took that and you have somebody, you've created a story, right. around it, which I love. I mean,
and it was really cool to take the opera singer and then mix it with the burlesque dancer. And we have a couple other, duets like that. One with Teresa as well, with one of the dancers. And that's definitely something that we want to do again in the future. Because I love, like what Lisa said, is it wasn't the direct translation of what's in the actual opera, but kind of, playing on the same familiar feelings, those feelings of seduction and love and sex and attraction. And so we tried to pick out songs that really conveyed that. Like one of the songs, Lisa said she sings from Carmen. And again, it's the more that you love me, the less I'm going to love you. The more you run away, the more I'm going to want you. Right. Yeah. And so that's what I love so much about opera. And that's why I really founded Opera del Sol, was to say, these are really cool songs, and the meaning and the translation can really, transcend time. And I think that this was a really fun way and a really cool concept to take these classical songs and really kind of, again, a throwback to Friday the 13th. Like, you can really take classical music and make it relevant to anything. And I think that was what was the most fun in seeing them perform and becoming their characters, but then taking these songs on in a whole new meaning were really, really cool.
I'm excited to see, because I love Teresa, I got to see what that getup is. And of course, I love to hear her perform. Tell people how they can watch, because honestly, you all, when they tell you the price of what it costs for you to enjoy this amazing show, I think you're going to lose your mind. So tell us what it costs, and then tell us the best way people can purchase a ticket.
I think the easiest way is going to go right to our website. It's the very first thing that you're going to see. And thank you so much for putting it in the bottom of the screen here. So that's operadelsol.org. And tickets are only $10.
Guys,
And
$10.
$10. And though it does premiere on Friday, you can, at least I think you may know how many more days we will allow you a few days to watch that with that special code as well. So if you have plans on Friday night, you can't necessarily sit in front, you can still, enjoy it for the next few days.
I love it. I think it's amazing what you all do. I think it's okay. Lisa, you can sign to us.
It's a storm happening. I think
It's
that's
the
what
storm.
happened.
It's so bad. 7
days. You can
7
watch it for a
days
whole
you
week.
can watch. I love it. All right, perfect. All right, Nicole Dupre, Lisa Hulse, you guys go to operadelsol.org. $10 gets you a cool show. Stop watching all those Bravo and TLC shows for 1 hour or so on a Friday night. Support local arts. Our arts community needs us to support them, and they're putting out beautiful productions like this. And I want you guys to learn how to enjoy opera. It's not that intimidating, especially the way Nicole and Lisa and everyone have set this up. They continue to push the envelope so that it gets out to more people and people stop being afraid of opera and enjoying it.
And we encourage people to go to our Facebook page too. We've been putting out teasers. You can see, we did these really sexy photo shoots so we, can get a feel of everybody that's performing. And so we've been really creating a lot of great content for you all. So I hope that, go to our Facebook page, see all the pretty faces, and then tune in on Friday to see all these amazing performers perform.
Fantastic. Lisa, Nicole, thank you. operadelsol.org. Go. Don't you want to see Nightwear on Elm Street?
Yes,
I do.
Yes, you do.
And I want you guys to go out and support Nicole and Lisa and all of these amazing artists. Give back to our community. They are working hard. This is their passion, and it brings something different and enlightening to your lives. So let's support that kind of creativity as a community. Thank you both so much for all you do in the community. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ted.
All right, operadelsol.org, Nightwear on Elm Street this Friday the 13th. Go register, get your tickets. We'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.